What's going on, you guys? UNITY, dear Unity. Let's go. It is the month of May, and it is, what's today's date? Today is May the 20th, 2026. Man, I have been doing Dear Unity for, I want to say, 4 or 5 years now. And like I tell you guys all the time, it is an open diary. It's basically like an open diary for me to kind of look back on and stuff like that. It's nothing that I promote, but hey, I might say something that might encourage you, or you might just look in a different way. But it's mostly, me venting and talking about different stuff. So man, the May, when I tell y'all, May is such a busy month. May is such a busy month, far as like, just a lot of stuff going on. I have both of my daughter's birthdays. Shout out to London and Paris. And then also my sister Maya, my baby sister birthday is this month. You have Mother's Day, you have graduations, you have Memorial Day, you have a lot of things in the month of May. So May is such a busy month for me, but by the grace of God, I am, pushing through, and I am definitely making for sure everything is done and out the way with. This past weekend, we celebrated my oldest daughter, London birthday. She turned 17. And man, when I sit up here and say, I'm like, wow, this is my 17th year, being a mother. Not only a mother, but it's just the fact of, like, I have a 17-year-old. Like, that's a sentence. Like, some people doing time for 17 years. And I'm just thinking about, next year she'll be 18 years old. She'll be basically, a senior and stuff like that. And when I look at my oldest daughter, wow, when I think about, her accomplishments and the things that she have done and achieved, and the different stuff that she have actually been through in the process, because anybody that know her grandmother is one person that I just wish that was still here with us, that can see her, Miss Cynthia. Like, she loves her grandmother down to the ground, and she did too. And it's just kind of like, when I see London grow, and I see London, get older, and I think about, the accomplishments and the stuff like that she's doing and she has going on, I am just so blessed, because I couldn't have never ended up with a better, first child. I'm just gonna keep it real. She's such a hustler. Like my baby got a GPA up there. You see what I'm saying? Honors. She never to this day made a C, like a C on her report card, since pre-K all the way up to 11th grade. Like she's taking extra classes to get college credit. She's been working. She was a manager for the basketball team. She also ran track. She done a lot. She have really done a lot, and I'm just so grateful. And I just remember, I'm not gonna lie, I remember, she had kind of like got into some trouble, or, going through her little stage where teenagers be teenagers, teenaging. And so, we worked past that, but I never forget somebody that was close to like the family, tried to like, tried to throw shade when it came down to the situation, because I guess because they feel like, because they wasn't in the loop. And the crazy thing about it, they so out of there, they probably be watching my videos now. Still got that munching spirit. But hey, if you watching. But I just remember somebody was like, just trying to throw the shade and try to, like, mention the fact that, oh, she's this, she's that, she this, she that. You're right, but she's mine. She's mine, regardless of the fact she's mine. Like, nobody can ever shame me about a teenager or any of my kids, making a mistake in life. Because let's just talk about the mistakes that you probably have made in life, or, you know what I'm saying, or the grace God have showed you. But when you finish talking about the bad, don't forget about the good. Don't forget about the good. You know what I'm saying? Because people fail to realize that they hate the comeback. They hate the comeback story. They always want to sit up here and bring up something that you did or a mistake you have made. And the crazy thing about it, I just thought about, my situation. And I just thank God, man. I ain't even going to get deep into it. But I really do. When I look at my kids and how they turning out, and the type of remorse and respect that they have. And I have got compliments and stuff like that on how my kids are and their character and stuff like that. You guys, that mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my youngest son, you know, all the way to my oldest, and also my middle daughter, Paris. Like, I'm just proud of my kids. My kids are not only beautiful on the inside, but out. And then then the knowledge is everything, because they have got accomplishments, or they have accomplished things that I didn't even get a chance to do, or I just never had the desire to do. So when you're dealing with a parent that was never an overachiever, that always did stuff to get by, and then you end up birthing kids that are like genius in your eyes. But I mean, also, you know, they're going farther, or they're experiencing things that you never got to experience. I am forever grateful for that. So, man, that's that. I'm just saying, like, my oldest daughter birthday was on the 18th. That was London. Paris' birthday was on the 24th, so that's this weekend. So, and you know, we just gonna celebrate. And I mean, once this May get out the way, y'all, I'm locking in. June is gonna be about savings. But now, so we have that. And what else been going on in May? Man, y'all, you know, so I just been on a journey when it come down to a lot of stuff. The crazy thing about it, I was just, like I said, I've been doing their Unity for a minute, and it's like an open diary for me. So I went back on some videos from like 2023, because sometimes I be wanting to know, what was my mindset? What was I thinking about? Like, what was I going through when I made this video? And I looked at the video, and I was, crazy thing about it, I was in my car. I made a video for the month of May, and it was on the same type of time. Like, it was basically, I think I was just moving. I was talking about how I had just moved into the place that I had prayed and asked God for. And I also was just being so grateful. And then I was talking about my kids too. I was talking about my daughters, and how, you know, it was their birthday month, and, you know, they still didn't never want for nothing. And it's just so crazy how a full circle go. I was taking my daughter Paris, like, you know, I was with her this weekend. We in the car, you know, running some errands and stuff like that. And Paris had told me that she was just like, well, Mom, you know, looking at, you know, your situation, she said, one thing I can always truly say, even if we were struggling, she was just like, we never knew. She was like, we never knew. She said, because the way you are, she was like, you probably didn't work the best jobs, or, you know, the accolades that, you know, you probably think you have gotten, but we never went without. Like, we didn't have, you know, the lights turned off. We didn't go through evictions. We didn't go through, you know, just a lot of struggle and heartache and pain. She said, even when we stayed in like not so good of a neighborhood, she was just like, the inside of our apartment was like, you always made for sure that it was a comfort zone. It was a peace of mind. And she's like, so I don't have a struggle story when it come down to, you know, people being like, oh yeah, we had to eat syrup sandwiches, or, you know, we went without, and, you know, this and that. And you guys, when I tell you, it's crazy how other people can compliment me all day long and be like, hey, you know, you're such a good mom, or you're such a good woman, and you're this and you're that. And I take it, and I'm thankful for it. But when your seed, like when you're a child, the person that you do it for, and y'all, I'm so caught up in getting it done to the point where I don't never even think it's good enough. But when Paris had told me that, y'all, I couldn't even, like, I dang near started crying, because I was just like, wow, like, God, I thank you, because you've been sending people to me, hitting me up and encouraging me just on some random stuff, y'all. Like, for the past couple of weeks, like, my dad, you know what I'm saying, a guy friend of mine, shout out to him, because he had emailed me, y'all. That's crazy. But he emailed me, and he even was saying some encouraging stuff. My sister, somebody who I haven't even talked to for a year, because, you know, we was at odds, and on Mother's Day, she even hit me up, like, just, you know, just squashing whatever the issue that we have, but she still hit me up, to kind of like let me know the type of mother and the person that I am. Man, I'm grateful for all of that. I was thankful for that. I was like, God, thank you, you know what I'm saying, for allowing him. But when my child, somebody that I gave birth to, and for her to be finna be 14 years old, and for her to comprehend, and her also to say that, it was kind of like, I feel like it was God, like, putting them words in her mouth to like tell me, because it was kind of like, oh, I know how to get you. I'm gonna go through your kids. I'm gonna talk to your kids because it's gonna hit a little better. And y'all, that's exactly what it did. It just hit better when it came from my daughter, because I was like, whoa, like, that's how you feel? And then I was just like, I never understood. Even with London, she had her birthday weekend, you know, and, you know, some stuff or whatever kind of occurred. And then I still had to go to work. Like, I still had to go to work. Even though I did everything she wanted me to do, or anything she had a desire to do for her birthday, I made that happen. And then I was like, I still got to go to work because, you know, at the end of the day, after your birthday, we still got to eat. So after I did all that, I still had to go to work. And I remember, you know, after I got her settled back in and at the house or whatever, she texted me and she was just like, Mom, I love you and I appreciate everything you do for me. And you guys, I was at work and I was like, whoa, like, because let's just keep it real. Teenagers, they be teenaging. So it's kind of like, you know, they barely say stuff sometimes, or they don't really just never, you be thinking like, dang, is all this stuff in vain? Is you even, you know, is you even seen it? And it's just like, God, I thank you. Like, I just was like, wow, like my oldest daughter said that. My middle daughter had said what she said, and that kind of took me back. And now I'm just thinking like, God, I thank you. And the crazy thing about it, when I was looking at my video from 2023, doing Dear Unity, sitting in my car, that's what I was saying. I was just basically saying like how when I explain to my kids when I don't have it or I haven't got it or something like that, I don't just tell them no. I just don't be like, oh, no. Because I remember reading something, or somebody had said something. They said, stop telling your kids no when they ask for something or they want something. Start explaining to them. Because once you start explaining to them, then they have a better understanding. And then I thought about it, because when Paris had said, she said, Mom, even when you didn't have it, she said, you told us no, but you explained to us the reason why you said no. And you know what I'm saying? And it just made me think like, wow, like it worked. Because in reality, my kids are not entitled, but they understand the importance, and they understand what I'm instilling in them. Even when it came down to me starting the budgeting thing with them, like, I'd be like, oh, this how much money y'all got for this month to spend on the food that y'all want and the snacks and stuff like that that y'all want to get. And when I start teaching my kids that, they started having to go into them stores and budget, you know, $50, $60, $80, whatever their budget was. Oh, they had a better understanding about going to the stores and I want this, I want that, give me this, give me that, give me that. They didn't want it because they was just like, oh no, it ain't that important. Or when they start making their own money, they're very more cautious, because like you said, no, not really. My oldest is, but them two youngest ones, like, still in the process. But I'm just saying though, the stuff that I'm instilling in my kids, like, I am thankful and I'm grateful that I did it, or I put that in their head, and I was just like, God, I thank you, because when Paris had said what she said, y'all, that was like a word to me, because it was kind of like, I would have never thought that her mind was even on that level. Not to say, I think we still think of our kids as being kids. So it's kind of like when she was breaking down my financial situation, and she was just like, yeah, she was like, you're definitely good with money. She said, because the jobs that I was working, I'm not gonna lie, it's not good. It was like dead end jobs, or jobs that's really not making money. So it was like, when she stood up here and said that, she like, but what, I don't have a struggle story. She was just like, you have always, came through and made for sure. She said, even if we was struggling, I wouldn't know, or we didn't feel it. She said, because she said, you always kept yourself up. She said, we always had anything we need. And man, you guys, that alone was just, confirmation. And I was just saying, God, I thank you, because they already at their age where they finna get ready to lead a nest. I'm claiming it. But okay, so that's that. So I'm sorry I spent out there on it, but I just had to get that off my mind. That's what was going on. And then also, when it comes down to my dieting, y'all, I'm trying to get back into my word and the discipline of it. Y'all, I started getting a belly. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Y'all can't see it because I'm sitting down. But I started getting a belly, and I mean, it's getting to the point where, you know, people was thinking I'm pregnant. They like, girl, you know, you a child. I'm like, people just don't think I'm fat. Like, they don't think like, oh, she getting fat. And I think it's because of my shape. So, you know, like, not trying to be funny, and it's no shade, no tea, but when you still have kind of like a shape, and if you get a belly, people will think that you're pregnant before they think that you're getting big. Because like, if all this right here is still guiding on and looking nice, yeah, when that stomach start pudging and bloating and all that type of stuff, people gonna automatically think that, okay, you know, like, yeah, you pregnant. So y'all, I've been trying to diet, but then it's so crazy because I was just looking at another a post about somebody was saying with the dieting thing, like, don't push it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't push yourself to the point where, you know, you can't enjoy yourself or whatever. I think it was just something like that. Like, people stress more when they on a diet versus anything else. And I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, that's true. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna get my stomach down. I definitely want my stomach to be down. And it's just the fact of like, it really was a wake up call, because like I said, and say, like, I was eating a lot of sugar. I was eating a lot of sweets, because like I say, I don't smoke or drink. But when I tell y'all, I was reading something and it was saying like how sugar, it can definitely be a silent killer, and you know, it can cause, you know, a lot of health issues in the long run. I do believe that, and I think that that's the reason why I cut it off. I was eating noodles every day. I'm talking about a pack of noodles, sometimes 2 times a day. And I'm like, you know, I didn't never drink sodas and stuff like that, but I was eating sweets. Like, I eat a whole pan of ice cream, and all type of stuff that wasn't healthy and wasn't good. So God had to put, oh, I'm finna make this weight stay. And then I'm finna make it unflattering. So when you want to get to wearing certain stuff, and you wearing certain stuff and it ain't hitting like you want it to hit, scale back. So I am, so I'm just making a mental note of that. Like, yes, you guys, I'm fit to literally get my mind together and get my fit journey going. It's not gonna be, I don't want like strict. Like I say, everything is looking nice. I just feel like that I definitely need to watch my intake. And I think somebody had said that too. They said, truth be told, if I start portioning out, portioning my food out, rational it out, evenly, and stop overeating. I'm not gonna lie, I was glutting, you guys. I glut, and I'm gonna read up on that, but they say gluttony is a sin, and I ain't gonna lie, if it's a sin, I was doing a lot. Like, I'm talking about, I glut. And I remember one time my ex, he said this, but he was saying it in a joking way. He was just like, you gotta chew. You gotta chew the food. And it was like, I'm just eating. And it was just like, I wasn't chewing. I don't think I'm even enjoying the food. I just know it's good. And it's like, I'm going in and I'm eating it. I'm getting a little too happy, because they say happy weight, which I do believe that too. Because you start packing on happy weight when you're in situations where you're free. Like, if you're single, or even in a relationship where you being loved properly, and you know what I'm saying, and you just enjoying life. Because think about it, you're not eating as much and you're not sleeping as much when you are dealing with a toxic person in your life. Come on now, clocking it. Because think about it, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. When I was in toxic relationships, and I'm going back and forth with a dude, or he's stressing me out, or, we going through ups and downs and stuff like that, I wasn't eating. Sometimes I'll be like, dang, like, I don't have an appetite. And we have all been through that. Like, you don't even have an appetite. Then you look up, it's later on at night, you ain't even ate nothing. So I do feel like that, happy weight is a real thing, because I was happy. I'm just saying, in general in life, I was just happy. And so, I'm not gonna lie, like I said and say, like my stomach is going, I'm starting to drink tea. I'm starting to basically, I said I'm going to write like a planner out and stick to it. Even if it comes down to a diet, like I'm going to, basically like, cut down and portion out my food and stuff like that. I don't want to go on a diet. I ain't trying to be funny. I don't want to go on like a full-blown diet where it's like, oh, I gotta count the calories. I'm just going to be careful on my intake, and I'm going to keep myself up, because once that stomach get flat, y'all, that's all. That's it. But I'm gonna keep it up, and I already took out sugar out of my diet, y'all. Like, I don't eat as much as sugar as I used to eat. Like, all that candy and all that type of stuff, I don't even eat all of that stuff no more, even when it come down to it. So I'm like, I don't eat it. That I done took out that. I don't drink soda. I never drank soda. So I'm just going to start coffee. I cut that out too. And like I say, I started doing the tea, because people say tea and stuff like that is way better. So yeah, you guys, I'm just praying for me. I'm definitely gonna do an update, because listen, I got my before, and I already got my before picture. That means like y'all gonna see me showing y'all a picture of like my stomach and everything, and y'all gonna be like, whoa, and y'all gonna see the after effect. And that's gonna be because the discipline. So I'm gonna post the picture, and I'm gonna show y'all the difference, like once I get that together, because I'm still working on it, but I'm doing better, you know what I'm saying? And I think God is seeing it, because I ain't trying to be funny. He's starting to take the appetite out of my mouth, like when it comes down to certain things and food and stuff like that. And I definitely need to work on portion control. Like, once I finish eating, that's it. Like, once I finish eating whatever I eat, that's it. Oh well, save it for another day, use it for another day, but that's it for now. Or just find something that I really, really like to eat, and just eat more of that, but be portioned about it. Okay, so that's that when it comes down to my health, relationships, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, you guys. So like I said and say, I am single. I've been single for about probably like a year and stuff like that. And you guys, I'm really going to say this, because this might honestly help somebody. I'm in a place where I'm not compromising my boundaries when it comes down to nobody. And I noticed that a lot of times when I'm dealing with people, they always coming with some type of baggage, even if they're a good person. And I'm always seeing the good in people, and I'm always seeing the good in people, and I'm always allowing people the benefit of the doubt. And that is what is hindering me in life and my growth. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to keep it real with y'all. For example, and this is really, I'm just speaking for the ladies, because it can happen with the men too. But I noticed that dating and relationships are two different things. Back in the day, I'm not trying to be funny, like when I meet a dude, we hit it off, all of a sudden I always end up in a situationship. I never, it's say he that fine, so I never end up trying to hurry up and be with the dude. I kick it with you until the end of time, you know what I'm saying? But I'm never gonna be like, oh no, what's up? Can we be together? Are we gonna be together? What is this? I just never been that type of person, because I just feel like a man knows what he wants. But they have also hindered me, because it's like a man see me and wants me, and then I'm automatically, like I said and say, oh, okay, you want to be with me, you want to be there, okay, I'm falling into it. And I noticed that I'm gonna stop doing that. I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that, because the simple fact is that I noticed that every situationship, because I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, it wasn't a relationship. When I think about relationships, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel like that in my whole 36 years of living that I can really look back on the past and claim anybody as a relationship, because the way we went about it, I don't feel like that it was a relationship. Like, I feel like we just ended up liking each other, and they was like, you mine, and I'm just like, all right, cool. But it was never an understanding, and that's the reason why it hasn't lasted. And one thing I sit up here and say, I'm never settling again when it come down to any man. I know the words say he that fine, but God ain't gonna bless no mess either. Come on. God ain't finna bless no mess. We have to understand that some people are placed in our life for a season and a reason. And everybody that is placed in our life is not meant for us to be with them. Like, because I just noticed, like, when I was talking to a guy friend of mine, he chewed me out so badly about, you know, my decision making when it come down to relationship. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was in tears. Not because, you know what I'm saying, but because I know he came out of love, and I knew that he really was sincere, and I love him for that, because it was kind of like, wow, like I never looked at it like that. And I mean, the way he chewed me out, I needed that. It was that's the definition of tough love. Like, I don't care, we might fall out, but I'm finna tell you about yourself. Get your head, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wore me out, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I needed it. And it made me think, like, wow, like, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, people come into our life, and it's like, I have to understand my type of vibe, my type of energy, my type of spirit, because I have attracted a lot of people that are broken, that are torn, that got a lot of stuff going on. And it's like, some of them people I should never even entertain. Some of them I should never entertain. I should have never even went past a hello. I should have just kept it as copacetic. But no, that's my issue. I was consistently trying to be nice and see the good in a person, even when they were showing me their true colors. And then I noticed something, you know what I'm saying, you know, that when a person is done with you, or they don't want to deal with you, you can forgive a person over and over and over again. But when it's their turn and they can't dish what they put out, oh, they'll drop you like a bad habit and go about their business and on to the next one. And you be like, wow. You be like, dang, I gave you chances after chances when you messed up. Or you know what I'm saying? I didn't even do you half of the way you did me. And then you be sitting up there like, are you kidding me? But then I ain't gonna lie, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. I promise y'all, when that just happened to me, or when that happened to me, I can't even be mad. I thought to myself, even with my ex or whoever I deal with, I just thought like, dang, like, when they finally was done, or they just felt like, hey, the fight is over, you know what I'm saying, like, I tried, or, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, go the extra stint, and I was like, and they just left it alone and ghost me or whatever. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying, like, are you serious? But then I said, Queen, you can't get mad because they stuck to their guns and you didn't. They stuck to their guns and you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when it was your turn, you kept forgiving and bringing them back and allowing them to baby please you and keep sweat you. But when you did something, or they feel like you got out of line with them, they cut you off. It is no communication. But you know what? I thank God for that. I thank God, because that's what it was going to take. It took God to step in, and he was like, you're not gonna do it, you're not strong enough to let people go because you want to be too nice. So now I gotta make it in their heart. I gotta put it in their heart to flip the script on you and do you in the door. Because one thing God already know, I'm too proud to beg. I got too much pride to beg anybody. You only gotta tell me one time. What they say, don't ever let a person tell you they don't want you but one time. I promise you, you ain't finna get me popping up, calling, why me? What happened? I'm not doing it. Because, I mean, okay. You will never get no text messages and calls and all type of crazy. Oh, I popped up at your house or your job. I'm not doing it. Get gone. Because I'm not going to do it. So it's kind of like, I was thinking that, like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be out here really wilding. You know what I'm saying? So, but I thank God, because I feel like God, this video getting long, so let me wrap it up. I feel like God is willing me in to be like, hey, I need you to focus on me and what I have going on, because at the end of the day, when it boils down to it, I'm going to be blessing you, sending you when it comes down to your health, when it comes down to your finances, when it comes down to your life goals, when it comes down to anything, I'm your man. And when you get locked in with me, the things that I'm finna bless you with, and the people that I'm finna surround you with, and the man that I am going to send your way, all of that other stuff don't matter. What you trying to make it work? What you trying to see the good in people? What, you ain't me? That's why I feel like God telling me, like, you ain't me. Like, girl, you need to worry about yourself. Like, you need to worry about yourself. You need to worry about your own life, your own outcome and stuff like that. Like, you're too busy. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, you know what, God, you right. Because a lot of these people and a lot of these men that have tried to pursue me, I'm looking at their situation like, why are you even trying to pursue me right now? You got a lot of stuff going on. You got too much going on. Don't you need to be trying to work on some this and that? And it's like, all that ride or die. I ain't riding or dying. Because first of all, I never like that said, oh, I need somebody who gonna stick beside me. No. Focus on yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm looking at myself like, I need to work on myself, because at the end of the day, when I get with a man, I don't want to be coming to him like, oh my God, I got this going on. All that trauma bonding, we ain't doing it no more. I'm not doing that. I don't want to trauma bond with nobody. I don't want to get with nobody that's already broken, that's going through a lot, that's been through, yeah, everybody been through something. But it's like, if I'm not fit to come to you with my problems, for as like, I got 3 kids, I'm a single mother, I got to get up and bust my behind every day. I don't want to hear about yours. I don't want to be up there, stay down until I come up and we're going to make it. I believe in that, but then to a certain extent, I don't. Because like I said, it's so easy for people to flip the script on you. That's the reason why I be telling these women, like, I'm never going to sit up here. I'm telling anybody who I deal with, I'm dating until I get a ring on his finger. I'm dating. And if you don't want me dating, okay, bye. Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good one. Because you know what's so funny I notice about dudes? They're so quick to don't want you to date and don't want you to entertain other men, because you know why? They cannot stand the fact of them messing up and you having options. Nobody wants you to have options, because if they feel like you got options, then they know for a fact you're not going to put up with them. You're not going to be calling and trying to figure out where you at, what you doing, how you doing, because you got options. Oh, you ain't picking up? All right, have a good day. I'll catch you when I can. And they don't like that, because at the end of the day, they want you to be dependent on them, or they want you to all be about them. But then for what? Just for them to turn around, and when they don't feel like talking or dealing with you no more, I'm cutting you off. I'm worried about my peace of mind. Okay. And I noticed that. And I'm being real with y'all. I've noticed that. And that goes for anybody. Don't ever settle. Don't ever settle. Don't stop your boundaries. I don't care how much people try to love bomb you, because women do it and men do it. They'll try to love bomb you so you can get basically isolated, and you be so caught up in them. Oh, I'm only giving this person. No, I got options. The negotiation is still, I'm a free agent, baby. You can get traded any day around here. We ain't going for, oh, yeah, you a nice person, you this, you that. Oh, I'm seeing the potential. Because a lot of times, these people that love bump you, they want you to see the potential. Oh, just hold on. And, oh, if you deal with me, this is that. And then, like you said, say, when it boiled down to it, they ain't even adding up to half of what they didn't promise you. I want to see the actions. Stop out there talking. Stop out there, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, and you're the one, and you're this, and you that. Where is the action behind it? Where's the action behind it? I need to see, especially if you already coming to me with some type of, oh, I got this going on right now, I need to get up out of there. Okay, get up out of there. Or even if we do conversate and talk or whatever, I just want to keep it at a cope and steady. But don't sit up here and tell me to shut down everything I got going on. Oh, I need you to erase any friends and anybody that you dealing with, and we're going to focus on each other. No, I'm not doing that. That's a word. And I'm not doing that, because I feel like these past couple of months, I have had people that want me to entertain them and only them, just for them to turn out to be the total opposite, or they not even living up to what they said or the person that they are. I'm a good follower. I want to be led by a man that I know that is strong, a provider, a protector, and I can be at peace with. I don't have time to be sitting over here, you talk about follow your lead, when at the end of the day, you don't have a plan. I'm not doing it. I'm an alpha woman, and I've been doing this. I'm the provider and protector of my household. So I'm not finna go. I don't have a problem with submitting to a man, but at the end of the day, you not finna tell me you got all this stuff going on and you want me to submit when I don't have half of what you got going on. So yeah, y'all, that's the month of May. I've just been, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna get ready to head out. But I just wanted to kind of like put that out there in the atmosphere when it comes down to like things and people and life and, you know, choices and stuff like that. Y'all keep in mind, be encouraged. Like this month of May 2026, I know God is really fit to do some things for me that is going to blow my mind. And truth be told, hopefully next month when I do my video, I'll be able to give you guys some type of accomplishments that I have achieved. I'm believing in God. Like anything, you know, certain accomplishments, I just feel like that I want to be able to come, and when I do my Dear Unity, I want to be able to show different accomplishments on my goals or my life that I have accomplished by staying disciplined and focused. So yes, I'm marking this as being like, God, I believe in you. I know it's something greater and bigger, and you know what I'm saying, for me in the process, because people see it on me. It ain't even me that's really paying attention. I'm just still just doing my thing. But I understand work without faith is dead. I can't have the faith and know God gonna take care of it. But then at the end of the day, I'm not putting in the work. So I'm gonna keep putting in the work. I'm gonna keep showing up. Even if I don't get the likes, the comments, the stuff like that. That's another thing too. You know, I want to be monetized on YouTube. I've been at it. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I sat up and said to myself, I was like, God, I thank you, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you have made things that I have asked for that I thought that my bank account and anything else was saying it was impossible. Like, girl, what are you over here trying to look at stuff like this or think about this when you got this? And I'm just like, God, I know it can work. Like, I'm still going to show up, even if I don't see the results just now. Because I was looking at some of my goals that I made in 2023 that's just now hitting this year. Come on now. 3 years later, I was looking at that like, wow, I wrote this back in 2023. I'm just now getting this, or this just now making it through. So you can't tell me that the plans and the goals that I have in my life is not going to hit. I just ask God, when they hit, I know how to handle it. I know how to deal with it. I know how to do with it. I know what to do with it. And I'm glad that he's removing certain things and people out of my life, because at the end of the day, once I make it to where I'm going, I'm remembering the people that had me when I did not have it. I'm remembering the genuine people. I'm already thinking about blessing people that's been supporting me right now in the process. I'm already like, I can't wait to, you know, hit them up and be like, here goes some money. Here go lunch on me. Thank you. I appreciate you. They're going to be so surprised, but I'm going to appreciate it, because at the end of the day, you did it when nobody was looking. You did it when nobody was paying attention. You genuinely supported me and looked out for me. And them is the people that I'm going to bless. I got the list. I got the list. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the list, but I'm just saying, I got the list. I got the names. I'm gonna be like, man, these are the people that was commenting, liking, sharing, you know, giving me feedback or whatever, letting me know how they feel and stuff like that. Them are the people I cannot wait to bless, man. When I tell y'all, they gonna be like, I want them to be like, wow, I never knew, because I'm gonna say thank you, because you don't understand how you was encouraging me when nobody was looking. And that's just it. So let me go ahead, because on the cool I'm supposed to be going to work. So y'all have a good one. If you stayed this on, thank you so much. You and I until like, comment, share. Let me know so. You know what I'm saying? It's your girl.